Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 9.8. The chapter which we are related with is labor costing, and as you know, we are correlated with manufacturing concerns only. We are not making financial statements. We are not related with planning through finance. We are directly associated with wages only. Under management accounting, we do have a good relationship between material, labor, and FH. So we are not discussing stocks, we are not discussing banking transactions, we are not discussing with pure financial terms, we are associated with management terms. So this labor costing is a pure skill. If somebody would have, let's say he is making him or herself expertise in this chapter, believe me, this only chapter can let you work directly in practical at any manufacturing concern. So it's a full-time working, it's a skill. I'm requesting you to please spare your time to understand how to pay wages under different systems. As you know, the basic rates which we do discuss is time rate method first, under which what we will see, we will observe how many hours worked and it would be multiplied by per hour wage rate. And second, we have seen piece rate system, under which what we do, we will simply see how many pieces are made and it would be multiplied with per piece rate. In this way, we have calculated our second system, and usually these two methods would be used only for calculation of all wage rate systems. I can put over here. Okay, so these are two methods which would be used to calculation of wage rate, and let's see what else is given in our question. Hopefully you have in your mind that these systems, time rate method and piece rate system, some organization will pay according to hours if what they have worked, and some organization will pay according to number of pieces they have made. So in our requirement, we are looking piecework, and this is written piecework. Halsey and Rowan, these are economists or management accountants who have introduced their own plan. These are personal perspectives of these two economists. We will follow the formula and we'll calculate. But before that, as usual, we will set the standards first. And here we will read out the question for our standard. Look at the volume of this question from here, and here just 4-5 lines are given, but 3 answers we need to calculate. During first week, Mr. This had produced 300 articles. These are number of units which has been produced by the worker. He received wages guaranteed 48 hours a week at the rate of 4 per hour. So first element which we have seen is your rate per hour is given in the question. We will denote it with T. Sorry, we will denote it with R, and that is 4 per hour. Now next element which is discussed, the basic time to produce the article is 10 minutes, and under incentive scheme time allowed is increased by 30%. Alright, so standard time old was 10 minutes and standard time new is given 30% increase. How would you do that? We have 10 minutes already and 30% extra. How would you calculate 30 minutes, and you will multiply it with 30%, with which you will get your new standard time. How would you calculate? It's simple. You will write 10 and then you will add bracket open 10 it would be multiplied by 30 divided by 100. Alright, you can see it. So instead of direct calculation, I will put it as statement so that you can remember it. So here now we can calculate it. Alright. So we have 13 as our standard time. Please note it down carefully what was said in the question. So this is standard time and it is denoted by S. R we have seen is 4. Separately we can write small r is equal to 4. Standard time is equal to 13. Now let's see, we do need time taken. How much time he had taken? Receive wages for granted 48 hours of week. It means for 1 week he had worked for 48 hours. Time taken is 48. So whatever is needed in our question, we are trying to focus upon them. These 3 points are very important. RST, remember it. R for rate per hours, S for standard time, T is for time taken. And now we will directly calculate our requirement. Piece work rate is your first requirement. There are two ways to calculate it, but we will follow piece work. Per hour rate we have got, and per hour wages we have also calculated. In 1 hour how many pieces were made. He received guaranteed wages for 48. Okay, there is an indirect method of piece work rate system. Original formula is this, but alternatively you can also use standard time and it would be multiplied with per hour rate. Okay. Now we will calculate our standard time for 300 pieces. To calculate our piecework, I will let you know two main methods, and these are both. In both ways you will get the same answer. We need to get our standard time. For this, again, the similar famous unitary method would be used. For that, we will see pieces or units would be written over here and wage would be put over here. He was given a standard time. 13 standard times would be given for one piece. One piece is needed to be made in 13 minutes. And how many units he had produced? 300 articles. So for 300 pieces, how much time is needed? Again, simple unitary method will be used. What we need is standard time. This would be a calculation for your standard time which is required in our question. So let's repeat it again. For one piece, you need to complete it in 13 minutes. For 300 pieces, how much time should be given? Simple cross multiplication, x would be multiplied with 1. We will get simple x. On opposite side, 13 would be multiplied with 1300. 13 multiply with 300, and now we can directly calculate the 13 multiplied by 1300. In this way, what we have calculated, these are minutes. Okay, see over here, for one piece 13 minutes, for 300 pieces how many minutes are needed, and you can change it in hours as well. For that you can directly calculate or you can put it under unitary method. So pieces and time, you are making 3900, making 300 pieces in 3900 minutes. What we are doing, I will let you know. 300 pieces are made in 3900 minutes. We want to know in 1 hour. Okay, I would directly calculate it. It would take little more time. So we will make comparison of minutes and hours. As you know, in 1 hour we have 60 minutes. And now we want to calculate how many hours in 3900 minutes. This is your 60 minutes in 1 hour. And next calculation is 3900 minutes would contain how many hours. This was easy to calculate directly as well, but I am letting you know everything can be calculated through unitary method. So here x would be multiplied by 60, you will get 60x, and 3900 would be multiplied by 1, so we will get 3900. 3900 is already present over here and you want to take this 60 to the opposite side, sign would be changed. 60 here is multiplied, you will take it to the opposite side, it would be divided. Here we can calculate our figure 3900 divided by 60, so we have got 6500 hours. These are actually standard hours. Alright, so let's go back where we have put this is standard time per minute, and we have got standard time as a whole, and that is 65. So hopefully you have understood these 13 minutes were given in the question. 10 plus 30 for single unit, and for 1300 unit this standard time was calculated per, these were 13 minutes and per piece. And what we have calculated, 65 rupees is your 65 hours are for 300 articles. So S is given 65 and this is for per piece, R is 4, T is 48. Now we will be looking forward for solution of first part. As I have told you, there are two methods of per piece rate system. One method which was having standard time per hour rate. Standard time we have calculated for 300 article, and this we are going to highlight is 65. Go back. This was your formula. Standard time multiplied by per hour rate. So standard time we have calculated 65 and we need to multiply by per hour rate, which was 4. And we have already mentioned over here rate is 4 per hour. So now you can calculate it. We can calculate over here 65 multiplied by 4. So we have got our first answer 260. You can have, this is your first answer 260. In this way, this is your total wages piece rate system. Okay, somebody would have objection that per piece rate is calculated by multiplying pieces into per piece, and we haven't applied that. So how could this would be considered as piece rate? And this is valid question, believe me. This is your answer. Answer is matched while we haven't used the original formula, and you can highlight it. Okay, answer has been calculated, but I have told you there are two formulas which can be used: standard time multiplied by per rate. This is piecework rate system, which is piece rate system 260. And second method, you can calculate number of pieces made and per piece rate. For that, you will have to collaborate with it. 4 per hour. How many units should be made in 1 hour if 13 minutes? This is already we have calculated, and you can see this is standard hours. 60 13 minutes are given to make one pieces. In the similar way, you will calculate per hour. For that, what you will use pieces and time. Go back to the question. 13 minutes are needed to make one article. One piece should be made in 13 minutes. And how many minutes are present in 1 hour? 60 minutes. How many pieces should be made? We can put over here. Now simple cross multiplication. X would be multiplied with 13. We will get 13x. And on opposite side, what we have? 60 would be multiplied with 1. So we will get 60. 60 is already present over here, and we want to take this 13 to the opposite side. What will happen? It is multiplied over here. When we will take it to the opposite side, it would be divided. Statement is completed, and now we can calculate 16 divided by 13. So we have got what? In 13 minutes, one piece is made. In 60 minutes, how many pieces would be made? 60 minutes means 1 hour. Okay. So per hour wages and per hour pieces would be compared with each other. Upon here, what we have calculated is per hour pieces. How would you define it? Please note it down. We are highlighting it. Look, to understand this chapter, you will have to be very keen to get skill. You will have to be very calm. And if you are in hurry, and if you don't have time, if you are not sparing your mind, if you are not sparing your brain, it would be hard to digest it. I'm openly accepting it. So please spare time. So now we will make comparison of per hour wages and per hour pieces. This is, you have calculated per hour pieces. How? In 13 minutes, one piece is made. In 60 minutes, how many pieces should be made? And pieces are over here. So 4.6 pieces are made. And for this, per hour wages is mentioned over here, 4 per hour. In other meanings, 4 rupees would be given to make 4.6 pieces. And now we want to know for one piece how much amount would be paid. This was our question because per piece rate is needed to calculate piecework rate system. Okay, again cross multiplication. X would be multiplied with 4.6, so we will get 4.6x. On opposite side, 4 would be multiplied with 1, that would be 4. 4 is already present over here, and 4.6 is being multiplied. You want to take it to the opposite side, it would be divided, and amount is 4.61538461, so that we can get the exact answer. Amount has been written, and now you can put it on your calculator, for which with which you can get your answer. So here we have got, it is what? Per piece rate we have defined. Again, mark it. So please keep your attention over here. We needed per piece rate, and in this method we have used to calculate per piece rate. Why we have calculated it? Because original method of piecework rate system needs pieces and per pieces. How many pieces he have made? Look, Hassan produced 300 articles. So 300 and multiply by per piece rate. we have just calculated over here. Per piece rate 0.8666. So 300 would be multiplied by 0.8 and put as many 6 as you can. Statement is completed. Now you can put it on your calculator. 300 multiplied by 0.866666. Alright. Since again decimals are coming, so you can put little more sixes. Yes. So we have got our answer. Now you can see again we have calculated 260 and 260 is already present over here. So there were two methods with which you can calculate piecework rate system, and I need you to be having comprehensive understanding for both methods. This is total wages under piece rate system. All right, so let's mark it. These are our answers for first part, though we have already solved it and calculated. You can see wage rate system 260, wage rate system 260 first part, but now we will be starting our second part. And why we have calculated two method, it is just for you to know each and every aspect of the question. Second part is saying Halsey premium method. First part we have completed 260 and answers are 260 in both methods. Second part is Halsey premium. For Halsey premium, we will follow the formula, which is T would be multiplied with R, then we will open the bracket, 1 divided by 2, and then again multiplied, open bracket, standard time minus T, bracket close, again multiplied by R, all brackets close. This is the formula, and what we are going to do, Halsey premium plan would be calculated in this way. So first we will write down our inputs. We need to have standard time, and we have calculated everything before start of our question. Look at here, total standard time is 65. So let's put it over here, 65. So now we need to have time taken. Time taken was mentioned 48 hours. So small t is equal to 48 hours, and per hour rate should also be calculated, and per hour rate was mentioned 4. Everything was given in the question except for standard time is 4. So 3 inputs were needed and we have calculated. This time taken is 48 hours and it was given in question. Look at here, guaranteed 48 hours time. Per hour rate 4 was also mentioned in question, rate 4 per hour. The only thing which we have written is 65 standard time, and this was calculated over here. Please focus and you will come to know how we have calculated its standard time or hours s. You may revise or rewind this lecture to see, but it is very simple. 60 minutes are present in 1 hour, 3900 minutes were for the piece, 3900 minutes, and we have calculated hours. And how we have calculated 3900 minutes is present over here. One piece need 13 minutes, 300 pieces this worker has made. How many minutes? 3900 minutes, or you can call it 65 hours. So in this way we had completed our inputs. STR or RST were needed. As you can see in formula, only these elements are present. So we will see amounts from here directly instead of going up and down. Time taken 48, and you need to multiply it with R. R is 4. Okay, and next is actually plus, bracket open, and we haven't write plus over here. Okay, it is request to please follow the formula. Then we have 1 over 2. Simply we will write 1 over 2, and then we need to put multiply, again bracket start, and standard time is needed to put, which is 65, and you need to minus what time taken, which is 48, bracket is closed, and then you need to multiply it with small r, which is 4. Close your final bracket. So this is the way you will put your values, and now we will be calculating it. First 48 would be multiplied with 4, bracket closed, then add bracket open 1 by 2, and it would be multiplied, then again you will open your bracket, 65 minus 48, bracket closed, and then you need to multiply it with 4 as well, bracket closed. Alright guys, so in this way you have calculated your Halsey method, and please pay your attention over here. Just follow this formula, and whatever is written in formula you will put on your calculator, and you have got the answer 226. And we are now going to see and refer this to our question. Look at here, Halsey premium answer 226, and you can see within shortest possible way we have calculated its formula. The important thing is this time taken was given in the book, R was given in the book. You will have to understand how we have calculated 65, rewind or revise your lecture, and to see 65. And remaining thing is very simple. In 8-9 classes we used to have these sort of statements. This is your Halsey premium plan or method, and Halsey, this T is not needed. So we have followed the formula was given over here, and we have put the values and got the answer. Then we need to, this was your second answer, let's mark it as it has been done. So now we'll follow our third requirement. And what is that? Rowan plan. Again, Rowan is the name of a person, and Rowan was having Rowan premium plan, and he had introduced his own mentality of calculation. Formula is little different. So first you will see the formula, and then we will put the values. First formula is starting with T, and it would be multiplied with R, and then you will put plus, bracket will open, S minus T, bracket close, it would be divided by S, again bracket closed. So there are two brackets, S minus T over S, okay, and then you need to multiply it with, again with bracket T multiply by R, and one last bracket would be put over here. Alright guys, in this way you can complete your formula, and this is your formula. I haven't seen from anywhere, I do not have any source. It was in my mind, and believe me, this is the first time I'm writing over here, so it is required to be expertise in your formulas as well. We will use the same values which have already been mentioned. What we need is time taken 48, and it would be multiplied with small r, which is 4. Let's put a bracket over here so that it could be separated. Then we need to add, open two brackets, and standard time is 65, and you need to subtract time taken, which is 48, close your bracket, and divide it with standard time. You are following this, S minus T over S minus T is here, and divided by standard time is 65, close your bracket, and then you need to multiply with time taken again 48, and R is 4. So in this way you will put your values in this formula. T multiplied by R S minus T over S brackets multiply T multiply R and brackets. So one thing I would like to share, will have to take care of brackets, because Excel will not accept if only a single bracket is put in wrong way. 48 multiplied by 4 first bracket, then add, please follow this formula, and then we had two bracket 65 minus 48 bracket closed divided by standard times 65 again bracket closed. Okay, so perhaps we need to put another bracket, but let's see if it comes. Bracket open 48 tr 48 multiplied by 4 bracket closed. I'm doubtful that we should have few more brackets. Let's put it over here. Look, instead of making this much brackets, you can use without brackets as well. So we have got our answer 242.21, and you can see over here 242.2, and 242.21 was rounded, and since it was 5, so it has been made 242.22. But you will have to understand this formula and how you will put in calculator. There is simple method as well. You can calculate 48.4, answer would be put, then you can calculate 65 minus 48 divided by 65. Okay, let me introduce so that it could be little easy for you. First I am calculating 48 minus 48 multiplied by 4. 48 multiplied by 4. In this way you will get your first answer. Then you need 65 minus 48 and divided by 65. Then finally what you need, 48 multiplied by 4. This has already been calculated. So in your calculator just put 48 multiplied by 4 first answer, and then you will put 65 minus 48 bracket divided by 65. Let's put it is equal to, so we have got our second answer. This was bracket actually. Okay, so let's take this statement over here. Okay, 48 multiplied by 4, we have got answer 192. You can put 192. Then you need to add, bracket open. This whole bracket answer 65 minus 48 divided by 65, we have got 0.26, and then you will multiply third bracket answer 48 multiplied by 4, 192. Okay, if you want to do in this way step by step, you can also calculate it. So finally what you will do, 192 add, there were two answers, 0.261538,462, and it would be multiplied by 192. Okay, so this is your third step and you have got the same answer, 242 and 242. Now it's up to you why I have taken time to calculate in this way as well, so that if you don't want to put it at once, you can put it one by one. Though I am promising with you, this is not the standard of university level of student. This is standard of just 8-9 student we used to solve these equations, even more complex calculations or statements were solved. So if you have your calculator, you can put it at once. It is up to you. You can put like that and will get the answer. If you want to calculate separately and putting amount separately, you can do it in this way as well. Both methods I have introduced to you. Okay, finally, our third answer has also been calculated. Let's review, go back. So we had first answer 260. This is your first answer for first part 260. Then we have second part 226. This is your second part 226 was answer for Halsey. And then we have our third part 242.22. This is your third part Robin plan and 242.22, 242.22. So thankfully we have solved and reviewed all answers which were required in the question. 9.8 is completed, but still it's a request. Please revise it. Please repeat it for 4 to 5 times. Otherwise it would not be possible for you just by looking or viewing, or if you will indirectly understand that we have done our work. It's not the way. So it is requested to repeat this question for 4 to 5 times. When you see that everything is in your mind, then you can start or review your next question. So 9.8 is completed, but still if you have any query, any question regarding solution of this question, you are openly asked, share through messages, text. I will be definitely be trying to answer them instantly. For the time being, our 9.8 is completed. Hopefully we will meet for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself. I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.